Joining us this morning, Chris, how did LeBron and the Lakers look?
Well, obviously it was a shaky start. LeBron looked like he was a little bit out of shape. He got an early breather, and then he came in and obviously played fine, and they got rid of that early deficit and went on to win. But, you know, you don't make too much out of preseason games, especially for an established team like the Lakers. They're not going to go all out. But there were some things I took from it. One, the floor spacing really stood out to me. Like that, to me, it looked like the floor was more spread out than usual, and that's because of the presence of Marc Gasol. He's a very good three-point shooter, shot over 38% from three last year. So it looks like with him as their starting center, they're really going to spread the floor out, and you know what that means for LeBron James. I mean, with the lane wide open like that, I think he's going to have a free way to the basket whenever he wants it. That'll obviously open up three-point shots for him as well. Dennis Schroeder, same thing. He should be able to get into the paint when he wants to. So that's one of the things that stood out. Secondly, they have some really great passers. Obviously, LeBron, you start with. But Marc Gasol, another great passer. That full-court over-the-head pass he made off a rebound in the second quarter for an easy layup was tremendous. Dennis Schroeder is a good passer. So we've heard about, you know, last year LeBron had to make all the plays. This year he's going to have other guys who can make plays, which should lighten the load on him. I expect to see, at moments, a clinic from the Lakers in terms of their passing offensively. And then thirdly, last year, we know when LeBron was off the floor, their offense fell apart. The numbers show that they went into the tank. I don't think that'll be the case this year. Obviously, they won't be as good as when LeBron's on the floor. But with THT, Taylor, Horton Tucker, I don't want to put too much on him. But the other guys I already mentioned, I think they've got more playmakers. And the guys like Caruso and that second unit, they're going to be better than last year because they're more confident. They got it done at the highest level. So those are some of the things that I was trying to really look at and read about this upcoming season rather than just the final score and who's scoring and things like that. So I thought it was it's been a pretty good preseason for the Lakers, 3-0, and LeBron and AD have hardly played.
3-0. Horton gives a hoot.
It's over.
Yeah, Horton. Oh, THT. He about to detonate. You know, THT and TNT on dynamite.
THT on TNT. Yep. He's got next.
Skip, Chris, I agree with you because LeBron was got a little gassed early, but that's to be expected. It was a very short, and you have to monitor yourself. You can't go all out because they condensed the season because you just ended 71 days ago, and now you're right back at it in about 5 days, I think next Tuesday. So, you know, it's gonna be a slow build. It's not like he, 25 pounds. He just needs to get his lungs. He needs to get his legs re-engaged to what's about to happen. But I love what I saw also. I love the bench play. Kyle Kuzma gonna make me take back everything I ever said bad about him. And I've said quite a few. But I'm willing to amend my statement and be on Team Kuz. Because right now he looking real good. He will let that thing go. And Trez Harrell, we already know Trez gonna run to the front of the rim, get us some extra possessions. But I agree with you. I think our second unit will be better this year. They know what's expected of them, and they have the confidence that we talked about. Now, Skip and I discussed earlier, and I will let Skip talk about that, but Schroeder, talking about he going to be the starting point guard. I don't know what team he's thinking he's going to do that on, but that's not going to be the Lakers. But I like what I saw once LeBron got his legs up under him. The second quarter, I believe, is the LeBron James that we're going to see come Tuesday night in the first 4 quarters.
It's only 5 days away.
Don't worry about what time it is. You'll get yours. Watch this triple-dub on Kawhi, Paul George here.
So I'm here to announce it's over.
There you go.
It's going to be Lakers in a landslide. It's a cakewalk. They are by far the best team, or so it looked in stretches last night. They did look very good. And I will give you, their bench just seemed to have more firepower to it.
Juice.
After LeBron James went LeVar Ball on THT, that poor kid, but he's starting to live up to it. I just don't think he's ever going to live up to flat out special. He might be fairly special on your shock troop team, on your second unit. Okay, I will give you that. He's a weird-looking dude to me, but boy, he can go.
He can put the ball in the basket.
6'4", 234, and it's all in his upper body because he's got slender legs. It's sort of Harden-esque to me because he's got 7'1" wingspan, but he can attack the rim. So I give you that. He can't shoot a three to save his life, but maybe that won't matter. Okay, so back to our man LeBron. I will say, and I appreciate that Chris opened up with this, I was stunned at how out of condition LeBron James was because I have the highest regard for him as not only Iron Man, but somebody who really dedicates himself to his fitness. And I do think, because it's the shortest offseason ever, I think he celebrated a championship that really meant, I think it was the one that was his favorite, to go to the bubble and win this.
Right.
I'm not sure he thought he'd ever win another one, and he got a big one.
Oh, we know we're going to another one. We're going to win another one.
All right, so there were a lot of cigars. There was nightly wine. There was even a little tequila here and there. And I'm not sure, even though he posted a couple of videos back in the lab, I'm not sure he was back in the lab. I think he's in the backyard playing horse with Bronny, and it's just not the same. So he got a little bit out of shape. And last night, early on, he looked like he was on December 30th about to turn 38 or 39 instead of what is he going to be, 36. Okay. And I was just a little stunned by his first few misses because they looked out of sync, out of whack, a little awkward looking. If we could just see quickly his first four misses, it just didn't look like LeBron. And as Vogel said after the game, he just didn't have his legs underneath him. And LeBron, no, that's a bad idea. And then we got the first LeBrick logo 3.
We tried to bank that in. We tried to bank that in.
Wait, that hit the glass first.
Yeah, we tried to do that.
He called bank. That's right. Boop, in and out. That was a LeBrick.
That's okay.
And then he did come back in the second quarter after he waved out of the game with about 5.5 minutes left in the first quarter. He waved to him, and then they showed him on the bench. He was heaving, man.
Yeah.
Okay, so as you always say, there's nothing like this to substitute for actually playing NBA basketball. So he did look a little better, and then he did take, if we could see the next logo 3, which was at the buzzer of halftime. But we just got to see it.
We don't have to see it.
It's my favorite shot of the night. And I got it.
Terrible.
I got this.
You're terrible.
I got this. I pulled up, and he hit nothing but air. I think it might have ticked the side of the rim, but I'm not sure.
We're getting all these bugs out. We get all these bugs out early. Come Tuesday, that's going to be...
It looks suspiciously like an air ball to me. A little wide right.
Come Tuesday, that's going to be swish.
Okay, well, that's my point. We're only 5 days away, and he only lasted 14 and a half minutes last night, right? 14:50?
14:45.
Okay, whatever. Okay, so that was the lowest minutes anybody in the top 11 played for the Lakers last night.
the oldest.
Okay.
You want to play 30 minutes?
So how are you going to suddenly flip the switch and be ready for the Clippers on opening night, banner raised?
We're going to go 20 minutes, probably go 25 minutes on Friday. And then we'll be ready to go, because we're only going like 32, 34 minutes on Tuesday.
Really?
Yeah.
And you're going to win?
Yeah.
How are you going to do that?
Hey, y'all bums.
When Kawhi and Paul George are playing 38 or 40 minutes, how are you going to win?
I watched them play 38, 40 minutes in Game 7. They had a 12-point lead. Chris, you watched that game too, didn't you? It got the doors blowed off of them. Yeah, we watched. So it don't matter how many minutes you play. What are you going to do when you're out there?
So, Chris, help me out. You've followed LeBron very closely for these many years. Can he just flip the switch and suddenly be in supreme shape by next Tuesday night?
I don't think so, honestly.
No.
And Skip, I'm gonna be honest. I think this regular season could be going back to what we saw in previous years with LeBron, where last year was an aberration for him. Remember, they went all out, tried to have the best record in the league, or at least in the West.
They wanted that number one seed.
That's something that he usually hasn't done. Remember, he's kind of felt the team out during the regular season, gotten himself in great shape, gotten ready for the postseason, and not worried about having such a great regular season record. That might be the case this year, especially early on, when I think he's going to take some games off and just rest because of what happened, in the bubble, and it was so recently. So I think last year was different because AD's first year, they wanted to really go out and get AD playing through injuries, bumps and bruises, and playing every night if possible. And so I think they went out hard last year. I don't know that they're going to do that this season. It may not affect the win-loss record, though, because of their depth. They've got a lot of other dudes that can make things happen.
But I think the difference was last year, they didn't anticipate a pandemic. So you want the #1 seed, Skip. You want everybody to come to your building if we need a Game 7. You're probably going to end up going back to a bubble again, Skip, for the playoffs. So now it doesn't matter. We're going to be in a bubble. So it doesn't matter if I'm the 1 seed or the 4 seed or the 5 seed, which we're not going to be. Can you imagine, LeBron?
Okay, but I'm going to remind you, LeBron got the greatest break of his career. He got almost 5 months off before last year.